The opinions expressed in the following program are that of the host and our guests. They do not necessarily reflect the opinions of CWC Entertainment Group LLC, its affiliates, or any employee thereof.
Yeah. Welcome to the Vincent radio show. They do it big, y'all. Great music, laughs, and so much more. Hey, keep it here, y'all.
Syndicated and award-winning, this is the VTRS, the Vincent radio show. It's your main man, Vincent Heartbreak Tucker. I'm on my solo creep. As the rest of the crew all out on vacay, which means less talk, more music this time around. I got all your favorite hits, your entertainment and news updates, plus a few VTRS throwback clips to remind you why we're the best at what we do. Also, Damson Idris, star of FX show Snowfall, is on the program. The hit series airs Thursday nights, but you can binge watch the current season right now on the FX Now app. Thoughts and prayers to everyone affected by Hurricane Florence. That's a scary thing, and I feel for the people that lost their lives, their homes, their livelihoods, etc. I got details on how you can get in on the relief efforts. I'm headed over to our Twitter account at VTRS Online to see what's popping on the timeline. So join me there as we get to these bangers. Let's go.
Bring it back, Mr. Heartbreak.
What up, people? It's that young man Ramon, and it's time for today's reality check. And today's reality check is going out to none other than Mr. Robert Kelly.
Do you like teenage girls?
R. Kelly, that's right. Now, if you haven't heard by now, just this past week, R. Kelly's spokesperson, entertainment attorney, and assistant have all recently resigned from their positions after recent allegations of him knowingly giving a woman a sexually transmitted disease and grooming an underage woman to be his quote-unquote sex pet. Now, all of this news comes after a string of allegations that R. Kelly has been the head of a sex cult going on this past year. And after this, maybe it's time for R. Kelly. Maybe he'll actually admit that he has a problem. I'm shaking my head at you right now, sir. Pause. I think the world would be a little more forgiving if you would just come out and be open about your past indiscretions. If you would just come out and admit that you have a problem. If you would just come out and say, you know what, I've done some things that I'm not proud of, and I'm taking the steps to make amends for my past mistakes.
Well, he'd have to start doing that.
He'd have to start doing that, wouldn't he?
My mind's telling me no.
But instead of owning up to your behavior, you keep denying it.
Do you like teenage girls? When you say teenage, how are we talking?
Somebody who's still in their teens, bro. What you mean what I mean?
I have some 19-year-old friends, but I don't like anybody illegal if that's what we're talking about, underage.
My goodness, man.
Do not listen to the people that was fired. You know, don't even listen to the people that was hired.
You keep denying it. You keep acting like everybody else is the problem.
My body's telling me yeah.
You keep making it seem like everybody else is unfairly out to get you, brother.
Unfortunately, the people that don't work for me says that. The people that do work for me don't say that.
The reality of the situation is this. People who refuse to accept accountability for their actions and accept responsibility for their behavior, they are incapable of learning from their mistakes. They will continue to make the same mistakes over and over again. And you know what, Robert? If you keep at it, everybody in your circle is going to leave you. And then you ain't going to have no wall of defense. You will be faced with your past indiscretions whether you want to or not.
Some people think that you like underage girls. What do you say to that? Well, those people that don't know Robert, they don't know me.
Your best line of defense right now is to just come out and say, I need help. And then you just may get the help that you need. That's today's reality check. You can take that to the bank.
But there is something that I must confess.
I don't see nothing wrong. No, we're not doing that.
I see plenty wrong, especially when we talk about underage girls.
When you say teenage, how old are we talking?
Y'all gonna learn today.
Only on the Vincent Tucker Show.
Coming up in less than 4 minutes, Twitter is about to make some more changes to our timeline. And if you love McDonald's, the wait times are about to get horrible for a really good reason. I got these updates for you and more in the Heartbreak News Minute. But first, here's That's On Me by Yellow Beezy right here on the VTRS.
That's on me, baby. That's on me, baby. That's on me, baby. Alright, listen up. That's something y'all ain't gonna believe.
This is it, man. You ready?
Heartbreak Minute.
Basketball legend and Charlotte Hornets chairman Michael Jordan is donating $2 million to the American Red Cross and another organization to help with the relief efforts for Hurricane Florence. The Hornets and their NBA merchandising partner have also designed a special t-shirt featuring the Hornets logo in the middle of the states of North and South Carolina, surrounded by the words Carolina Strong. Pick up the Carolina Strong t-shirt online at NBAstore.com, as 100% of the proceeds will provide relief to the victims of the storm. McDonald's employees out of LA have announced a 10-day strike following their employer's reported failure to respond to sexual harassment claims. Now check this out. Employees have brought forward their concerns about lewd comments, propositions for sex, and widespread groping being common in the workplace. According to a statement, the striking employees have asked the fast food giant to form a committee aimed at addressing issues of sexual harassment that includes local McDonald's employees. Now, the strike is occurring in LA, but it also is occurring in 9 other cities, which include Kansas City, Chicago, New Orleans, Milwaukee, St. Louis, San Francisco, Durham, Orlando, and Miami. 2 years ago, Twitter pulled the rug out from all of us when they switched their chronological timeline to some strange well events timeline. Instead of seeing our tweets in order, Twitter used some algorithm to predict what we wanted to see when we logged on. The internet, we've all complained collectively about them changing it back to the old way, and it looks like they finally heard us. In the next coming weeks, you will see a way to switch from showing the best tweets first to seeing your tweets all in order. If only Snapchat had changed back before we all switched to Instagram story. I'm Vincent Heartbreak Tucker, and this is your Heartbreak News Minute.
Playing today's best music. Playing today's best music.
Put it on your mind, 'cause it's jealousy. They don't know how bad I stay. I come through rockin' fashions that got Willie. Like, yo, what's that?
I don't want no friend. Kiki, do you love me? Are you riding? Say you never ever leave from beside me. 'Cause I want you.
You're listening to the Vincent Tucker Radio Show.
Have you checked out iHeartRadio's free playlist yet? Not only do we have one perfect for any moment, we also created playlists perfect for any decade. Flashback to the 80s, 90s, but stay right here in 2018. Plus, we're talking pop, rock, hip-hop, and we'll even break it down by the year. Hello, 1999. Yo, can I get a what? There are thousands of iHeartRadio playlists. Find the one perfect for you. Trust us, there's a free playlist for that. Try it now. All your favorite music, all your favorite stations, all free.
Appreciate y'all keeping it locked on the VTRS. It's your main man, Vincent Heartbreak Tucker, going through the Twitter replies at VTRS Online. Hey, don't forget, Damson Idris, star of FX Snowfall, that hit series that airs every Thursday night. He'll be on the program to talk about the current season. You can binge watch it right now on the FX Now app. I see some of y'all complaining though, as I go through these mentions, about the report I just read about Michael Jordan putting up $2 million for the Hurricane Florence relief efforts. Man, listen, money is money. Anything that's given helps. Y'all too worried about that man's pockets, man. I guarantee all y'all complaining ain't give $2 million to the relief effort. So why y'all giving Mike a hard time? Relax. Tweet the show right now at VTRS Online. And let's get back to it. Here's one of my joints. My favorite joints on air right now is Bree Steve with Jealousy. It's the VTRS. Let go.
Bring it back, Mr. Heartbreak.
Syndicated award winning. This is the VTRS. Beyonce, 7-Eleven.
I still don't know what that song is about.
Ain't talking about craps at one point?
It's about raising your hands up and
smacking what in the air? What does that have to do with 7-Eleven?
No, that's the part where she says, throw them dice, 7-Eleven.
Oh, like you on the corner, like you shooting dice on the corner?
7-Eleven.
Oh, so you shooting craps?
Oh, okay, crap.
She is from Houston.
Yeah.
I mean, we do that.
She is married to Jay-Z. I mean,
yeah, exactly.
Why y'all think Beyonce brand new to this? I bet she was smoking a blunt when she made that song.
I bet she was.
I thought it was just more like I thought it was 9/11, but
oh no,
really?
7/11. Like that's what I thought. I'm being honest with you. What is wrong with y'all? Like I'm being honest.
Wow, really?
I heard that's Vincent's new favorite song.
Listen, I was in the car. I was in the car. And you know when she say,
I know you care.
And I kind of
hold on. What'd she say?
I mean.
What did she say?
I didn't catch it.
I didn't catch that.
I know you care.
But no, how did you say it?
I don't think it sounded like that
in
though.
the car.
Yeah. How does Beyonce say it?
Right.
I know you care.
And did you catch yourself?
Yeah, I did.
Wow.
But tell me you was in the car by yourself.
I was.
Tell me you was at a stoplight and you looked to your left.
Somebody was watching,
right?
This is true. It did. It was embarrassing.
And did you shake your own head?
Yes.
Right?
Hold on. Was you wearing your mama's high heels when you?
No.
Oh, you better say a prayer.
This is the Vincent Tucker Radio Show. Vincent Tucker Radio Show.
Wow, at this point, I think we all know what went down between Nicki Minaj and Cardi B. I'm sure you heard about it. The whole shoe throwing incident, Cardi B walking out with a lump. Hey man, the jump has been low key bubbling between those two for a minute. Hey, shoot, low key probably since Bodak Yellow dropped. Hey man, I was wondering y'all, do y'all think Cardi B should drop one of them diss records? What do y'all think? I mean, I know Nicki's pen is real. Cardi B got a ghostwriter, so I don't know how that go, but I mean, what do you think? Cardi B, can she pull it off? Let me know. 1-877-99-VINCE or hit me at VTRS online on the Twitter joint. I got a throwback clip coming right after this throwback joint. It's the VTRS. I would like to call myself to the front of the VTRS court. Where's the people's court? I know. Where's the theme music? Shoot the court thing.
This court is now in session. Bring in, you would be the offender. Vincent Tucker.
Who is Vincent Tucker? What's the P word? Plaintiff. There you go. No, defendant. Prosecutor.
No.
Plaintiff. I guess I wouldn't be offended. Are we on people's court or are we on Law and Order? I think we're on Law and Order. Okay, so then you're a defendant. Okay, there we go.
We need you to put your right hand up. You swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
Yes. Here's the defendant, Vincent Tucker.
Here we go. Now, why are we bringing you to the court?
Me Too movement founder Tarana Burke made an interesting statement during a panel at the Essence Festival in July, pretty much saying that if you don't see anything wrong with the little bump and grind by now, you're probably the problem. She made the argument that if you continue to spend money on R. Kelly's music or you listen or play R. Kelly's music, every time that you spend on him, every listen that you give him, you're doing nothing but help empowering someone to help brutalize brown and black children.
What? Well, I get it, but I don't get it.
So pretty much you're saying if you provide any type of support for R. Kelly, you're supporting his, I don't have to use the word alleged, even though I watched the tape in high school. Hashtag me too. Sorry. Hashtag me too. You have to say it. I technically have to say alleged because he got cleared. Right. But, so she's pretty much saying if you support R. Kelly in any way, you're supporting his alleged issues. Now, why I'm here in VTRS court is because I know I've been a big proponent about getting R. Kelly up out of here. But you've still been jamming that music. But you also talk to a guy who keeps his iPod on shuffle and the iTunes on shuffle, and I spend a good amount of my time on iTunes.
Okay.
And R. Kelly joints come on regularly. And
You don't skip them?
no,
Do you like them?
yes.
Wait a minute. You actually push the like
You
button?
hit the thumbs up.
I mean, it's in iTunes. I get rate the songs. I get 5 stars.
So yes.
So
You put the little heart too?
yeah,
If it's your jam or if it takes you in a certain place?
no, but it is in my favorites because I play it so much. So it's safe to assume I'm guilty of hypocrisy, correct?
Yeah.
Or can there be a difference? Can you condemn someone for their alleged crime and still enjoy their music?
Well, I'm not gonna go against the Me Too movement at this point. So what I will do is tell you that I feel like if you didn't understand that before, then maybe you might be, ignorant until proven guilty. But I don't think it's maybe if you stop hitting the like button on the R. Kelly, maybe you'll be alright.
Yeah, so that way it wouldn't show up when you put your iPod on shuffle.
Right. They won't keep queuing his stuff up. You gotta hit dislike.
Well, it's already in the favorites, so.
That's why they keep feeding you his music because they're serving you.
What step in
Well, no, on my iTunes library, I have it's like
He ain't stepping in the name of love. He bumping and grinding.
it is the bump and grind. I just found a
Slaving
a different version of bump and grind I never heard as a kid. I've been playing the hell out of it.
Oh yeah?
And then right after bump and grind, age ain't nothing but a number. Come on.
Right. You know it.
You know, I only have one song for that album on my back and forth.
And then at the age ain't nothing but number 12 play.
Yeah.
12.
And 12 play.
And then it seems like she ready.
And then I just found the leaked 12 play fourth quarter album that was going to come out in 2008. The leaked. Right. I just found it this week. So I've been playing that.
Okay, so
go ahead.
I have a question. Does this count if you've already bought the album and you just listening to the CD? Because technically I've already spent that money. That money was spent back in 1999.
Right. And nobody technically has to hear you listen to it.
Right.
So if a tree falls in the forest and nobody's around.
But don't he still give them credit? Because with streams, he gives them stream credit.
I mean,
right?
he's giving them credit, but...
No, I'm talking about personal iTunes library, so he's not giving stream credit.
I'm talking about me.
So it was already money spent.
Yeah.
Did she remind you of his Jeep?
So at that point...
She reminds you of your Jeep?
I mean, because if the money's already spent, technically, I'm just getting the most out of my investment.
Right, you're getting value for your investment.
Oh, it's not you.
See how she set up her own joke?
This is residuals.
She set up her own joke.
I think the moral of the story is I'm guilty of hypocrisy. Let's just go to the next thing.
That's probably true.
Stop jamming.
Only on the Vincent Tucker Show. Playing today's best music. Playing today's best music.
My bad for tripping on you.
It's a rolling, not a stopwatch. Don't never stop.
You're listening to the Vincent Tucker Radio Show.
iHeartRadio does something no other app or website can do. Thousands of live radio stations you can take anywhere. You want to listen to that station in Denver? If you're in Philly, no problem. In Atlanta, and you miss LA? No problem. Plus, iHeartRadio lets you create your own custom artist station. Just type in the artists you love, and iHeartRadio creates a station just for you. With their biggest hits, all commercial free. Free radio and unlimited music, all in one app. iHeartRadio.
Syndicated and award-winning, this is the VTRS Vincent Tucker Radio Show. It's main man Vincent Heartbreak Tucker, and if you're just tuning in, it's just your boy this episode. I'm on my solo creep. The crew's all out on vacay. It's less talk, more music, so I appreciate y'all rocking it with me. In this hour, we're keeping the hits coming, and I got the latest in the entertainment world with the good, the bad, and the ugly. Plus, Damson Idris of FX's Snowfall joins me on the VTRS, so keep it locked for that. So let's chop it up on Twitter at VTRS Online. Let's go.
I said I'm geek and I'm fired up.
Bring it back, Mr. Heartbreak.
Just keep on lying. Damn.
Hello guys, this is Charity E. I missed a little intro because I was a little late today. I was with Man. Wasn't with Man.
Are we supposed to say congratulations?
I wasn't with Man.
I wasn't with. That's today. Somebody lying.
Right.
That's cold.
Is that why you are smiling? We see all your teeth this morning.
No. Anyways, so let me give y'all a backstory on this somebody line. I have a really good friend, and she's kind of like is it like a serial dater, but she always has a boyfriend. Since I've known her, which is like my whole life.
Serial dater.
I don't know if that's like a serial relationship. Like she always has to have a boyfriend.
Okay, I got you. Okay,
like a serial monogamous.
Yeah, it's like she can't go without it.
Right.
So recently, she was with this guy for like 2 years, right? So a weekend came along. I mean, they started fighting and stuff, so they broke up. Apparently, a guy that she works with, he told her, you know, I've always been in love with you. I really want to be with you. Like, gave her no options pretty much, and was like, either we're going to be together or nothing's going to happen.
Wow, you ready to risk it all?
Right. But she had just broke up with her boyfriend.
That's a risk, Vincent. You're identifying risk. That's a risk.
Now you know what a risk is. So, I mean, she was like, okay, I guess I'll be with him. So they hook up within a week that, you know, she's been not with the old guy, but with, you know, the new guy. So she calls me one night. I want to say it was like 12:30. And she was like, Charity, I feel so bad. She's crying at this point. I was like, what do you mean? Like, first of all, what's going on? She was like, so we were hooking up and I accidentally said my ex-boyfriend's name.
Ooh.
But I wasn't thinking about him. I really wasn't. It just came out.
Yeah, it like, naturally came out.
So I was like, wait a minute, somebody lying. How you gonna say somebody's name and say you wasn't thinking about them?
How long they been together? How long
they were together like 2 years.
Yeah.
And it just happened? Like it was just right after?
It was a week in between.
They're only a week out the relationship. Yeah, I can see that.
So you think she really wasn't thinking about him, or it accidentally came out?
No.
I want you to
about it. Right.
I want that's why it accidentally came out.
I want you to understand something right now. You're talking to people who have done this before. That's why they're defending it.
So y'all have all done this?
No.
Yes. Ramon.
I know I have.
Ramon.
I have never said the wrong name.
Look me in my face right now and tell me that you've never ever said the.
I've never said the wrong name.
Ever.
Why
not even a mumble, not even a.
No.
Nickname?
Right. That's why I don't like.
That's what it is. Nickname. It's a nickname.
That's why I don't like men to call me baby. Like, no.
Why?
Because that's such a.
It's a cop out.
Could be anybody.
Exactly. So I'm not your baby. Like, there's no meaning behind baby. No.
Well, and he says that, you know, to everybody.
Exactly. So no.
Just in case.
I can see that. I can see the argument. Okay.
No.
So Vincent, this happened to you.
So is it fair to say I don't like women to call me daddy? Because that's.
I think that's weird in general.
Hold on. What just happened?
Wait, why don't you like them to call you dad? What's the reasoning?
There's no meaning behind it.
I think people who say they got daddy issues, honestly.
I heard that wrong.
No.
I think so. I would never call somebody like
that's what I'm
man
thinking.
I'm dating
That's just
daddy.
weird.
That's weird.
It is.
Now, Poppy, on another hand.
What?
They mean the
Especially if
same
y'all don't
thing.
have any kids together.
They mean the same thing.
That means
That
he
ain't
likes,
the point.
you know what he's getting at. Ain't no black person just about to call him Poppy.
I don't think though, if a woman calls you daddy, it means she has daddy issues.
I think so. That's weird.
That is.
You're in bed and you screaming out daddy.
So does that mean Beyonce has daddy issues?
Oh, probably. I don't like Beyonce.
Oh.
She does have daddy issues, actually.
Michael.
What?
Matthew.
Oh. Where is this going?
I forgot his name for a second.
We're all confused.
I was like, who's Michael Knowles?
Yeah.
That's one of Matthew's love children.
More than likely. Anyways, let me wrap this up.
Okay.
So guys, pretty much if you decide to hook up with somebody, just don't say nobody name because it's obvious what your mind is on.
Yeah.
And it's not on the peen that's inside of you at the moment. Oh. So yeah, that's this week in Somebody Line. It's Charity Eve.
Pretty sure there was a better way to say that. I just feel like it was strong. Strong was the wrong word. I shouldn't use strong.
Yeah.
You know what?
I loved it. High five.
Get the bad W up next. VTRS.
Only on the Vincent Tucker Show.
Coming up, I'll give you the lowdown on the top richest rappers over the past 12 months. Love and hip hop Atlanta star Tommy Lee going to jail. And R. Kelly is facing some sickening new allegations. I got these updates for you and more up next in the good, the bad, and the ugly right after this joint.
I know I can't afford to that it's too soon.
Now it's time for the good.
Typically, Jay-Z and Diddy are the kings of the financial situation in the hip-hop world, and this year is no different as Forbes just published their countdown of the 10 richest rap stars in the world. Diddy was regularly the first name to show up on the list, but his $64 million wasn't enough to overtake Hov, who made an insane $76.5 million. Kendrick Lamar sat comfortably at number 3 with $58 million. Drake followed with $47 million. Nas's business dealings brought him with a career best $35 million. Running out the top 10 is Travis Scott, Lil Uzi Vert, Logic, Rush, and Meek Mill.
Now it's time for the bad.
Tommy Lee has dodged a major bullet in her 2016 DUI case in which she was facing 2 years for drunk driving, disorderly conduct, and driving on an expired license. Damn, girl. According to TMZ, after a plea deal, the Love and Hip Hop Atlanta star will only serve 2 days in jail after pleading guilty to 1 count of DUI and 1 of driving without headlights on. As part of the new deal, Tommy Lee will have to report to Fulton County Jail next week to serve her 48-hour sentence. After that, according to TMZ, Lee will have to complete 40 hours of community service, alcohol, drug evaluation treatment, as well as 12 months of probation. So is this like a good time to mention, like, I have always had this monster crush on Tommy Lee? She's like my bad girl crush? Oh, right. I should probably just move. I'm just gonna move on.
Now it's time for the ugly.
Hey, judge me for crushing on Tommy Lee if you want. Anyway, closing out the ugly. R. Kelly's brother, Kerry Kelly, released arguably the worst diss track I've ever heard in my life when he called R. Kelly a disease-spreading hoe. Now a few weeks later, Kerry is back with allegations that his famed brother sexually abused. Pay attention. Kerry Kelly is saying that R. Kelly sexually abused their 14-year-old cousin and may have impregnated her. According to Kerry, the family caught on when the two would spend a lot of alone time together. Robert has a control problem, and the only reason why he targets little girls, now that I'm older, I understand he was molested and I was molested too, but I didn't turn out that way, Kerry said in an interview with Unwind with Tasha K. Now, as you can imagine, R. Kelly has yet to make a comment about these allegations. I don't know, I'm sure he'll probably put out another one of those 19-minute songs that no one listened to. But R. Kelly, I don't even know if this is true, but minus that, you got way too many sisters out here telling what you have done to them allegedly. It's in the Bill Cosby numbers at this point. And you're guilty. You have to be guilty. I know you are. It's your boy Vincent Heartbreak Tucker, y'all, and this is your good, the bad, and the ugly. Keep it locked.
Life can bring much pain.
Playing today's best music. Playing today's best music.
How you want the poop? You can't say your S's and shit. Dreams are looking one of these little rappers. I'm just playing. But I still wake up to miss calls from your head. My line no more. You don't make it ring, 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 ring.
I'm living on that life. Ain't going back and forth with you
Vincent Tucker Radio Show.
Free iHeartRadio playlists are here, and the critics are raving. John in Nashville says,
whoa, 80s playlists? Even new wave? This is huge.
Izzy 906 on Reddit says,
iHeart's got all these playlists from the 50s to now, and I'm like totally the only one who knows about them.
Not anymore. iHeartRadio's free playlists. Want 70s funk? There's a playlist for that. Try it now. All your favorite music, all your favorite stations, all free.
Bring it back, Mr. Heartbreak.
I had a woman dump me, y'all. Because I shaved. She said she only messes with a guy if he's part of the beard gang. I had been trying to do my best Yellowstone impression for a number of weeks there. I had my facial hair growing. I was about 6 weeks in, and we were great. And apparently now, since I shaved my facial hair, I thought she was kidding, but apparently now we can't be one.
But it's Movember.
Right. Like, why do it now?
Right.
I mean,
were you just tired of it, or?
I didn't like how I felt. Here's the final reason why I did it, and it's actually Charity's fault.
Did you? First of all, I want to know, before you did this, did you know that it would have this unintended consequence?
In all fairness, she warned you in advance, but she was laughing when she said it. Okay. So I didn't take her serious.
Okay.
Now, I'm also the wrong person to tell what I can't do with my own self.
Also very true.
So I was kind of open to keeping it, but when she told me I couldn't cut it, it then became an option.
Let me tell you one thing that is not going to happen.
Right.
Let me tell you what you're not going to do to me.
Right. You can't tell me what I can't do with my body.
Right.
My body. Now, the final straw, though, was, so Charity and I from time to time, it was called Chipotle and TGIT, but she switched up last time. But anyway, we normally watch, Shondaland shows on Thursdays. So, this last outing that Charity and I had, she said I looked old.
I said older.
Older.
Like distinguished?
Like, I liked it. I thought he looked better with the beard. It makes him look older. Now he looks...
like a kid again.
A little bit, yeah. Like a little milk dud.
Well, he has a face. Well, I was not going to say milk dud.
Well.
But you should get it back.
Say you look like a Whopper, dog. That's cold.
Wow.
Whoppers are better than milk duds, though.
Yeah, they are.
Okay,
of course.
so we'll go with a Whopper.
You just got upgraded. Congratulations.
I will admit, like grown men without facial hair is a little weird.
What? Now, why is this?
Because you're a grown man?
It's because you're a grown man. Like, it just seems out of place.
That's not right. I don't mean that, Vincent.
Which part? The milk dud or the Whopper?
The Whopper.
I'm sorry, Charity said milk dud.
She said milk dud, yeah.
She didn't take hers back, though.
I'm not. I'm committed. I want you to grow the beard back. You still have time. How many weeks in November we got?
We have
that's enough.
2.5 more.
You have a little scruff.
But, and I heard you, but after you said I looked, see, all I heard was you say I looked old. Now we played a conversation, you did say but I stopped at old.
What's wrong with looking old, though?
One of Vincent's biggest fears is getting older.
Which is why I don't exactly remember my age after I turned 30. I
think about it.
I just know I'm 15 years out of high school. I just told a girl last night I'm 31. Just off top. Like,
you lied?
That was just the...
Why?
This is the first answer came to my mind. I don't really...
For somebody who remembers...
How do you date your age?
Calendar date?
He can't seem to remember his birthday.
Right. The one thing that doesn't change is every year, same day.
Yeah, that's...
It's okay. We're all going to get older, though. Keep living.
I don't even celebrate my birthday anymore.
We hope.
Yeah, we hope so.
Yeah.
Oh, now you hope.
What?
Pick one, Vincent. Do you want to get old or not?
Do you want to get old or not? Pick a lane.
Pick a side.
You chicken and jive, and I can't tell where you at.
Yeah, I know. I don't know. I don't know. All I heard was...
You don't want to be old is the thing.
Yeah.
You don't want to be like an old geezer.
Peter Pan. I want to be young forever.
I'm looking forward to getting older.
What's your, the age you're really looking forward to?
Is that a thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't have her.
Cause I like it. When I turn, have you seen like, Nia Long?
Well, Nia Long's a whole different.
I think of that and I'm like, I'm gonna flourish.
Well, yeah, 40 is y'all new peak.
I'm looking forward to that.
So that's different for women.
Yeah. Cause Mariah did the same thing. Mariah Carey?
I can't agree with that.
What? That time when she was with Nick, when she was like, she had just hit 40 and that time, like but she had got an upgrade, like she was being sexier, I think. I mean, I think J-Lo did the same thing, but.
J-Lo is,
No, I just can't believe y'all just completely shook y'all head. She looks bad now. Who
looks bad? J-Lo?
No.
Oh, to Mariah?
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I mean,
she just be always in Mariah, like when she was on Empire.
Yeah.
You can't wear a dress that don't have glitter on it. Like, come on.
I think it's the other half of her DNA that's causing her to age a little wrong.
Oh boy, that may be.
We're not doing this.
That may be.
I'm not.
I think it's the other half of her DNA. We can't. We did already.
Only on the Vincent Tucker Show.
Real quick, if I haven't said it enough, on behalf of the crew, we truly do appreciate everyone who's ever listened to the broadcast, shared one of our social media posts, retweeted us, etc. I mean, we're nothing without the people. Remember, Damson Idris, star of FX's Snowfall, the guy who plays Franklin, he'll be on the program in about 15 minutes. You can binge watch season 1 and 2 right now on the FX Now app if you haven't been watching on Thursday nights at 10 p.m., 9 p.m. Central. If you got something you want to hear, you know you can always hit me up, 1-877-99-VINCE, or hit me up at VTRS on Twitter. Lego.
Yeah.
Bruh, Floyd Mayweather and Manny Pacquiao 2 is about to happen in December. Yeah, you heard it right. No shade, but me and my boys are still mad about that $100 Born fight we ordered when these two put the gloves on against each other back in 2015. Now, I'm really confused, but didn't Floyd say that the McGregor fight was his last fight? But then he said that the fight before that against Andre Berto was his last fight. Listen, I don't know, man. I'm starting to believe these rumors that Floyd Money Mayweather run out of money. Hit me at VTRS Online. VTRS Online on the Twitter joint. Let me know how you feel about the Mayweather-Pacquiao 2 fight. Are you gonna fall for it again and buy that fight? I got Damson Idris of FX's Snowfall, aka Franklin on the show. Franklin Saint. He'll be on the VTRS right after this throwback joint, so keep it locked.
There we go. Okay. Don't do me crazy. Okay.
As we continue to be your new home for Black Star Power, we keep the momentum going as actor Damson Idris makes his first appearance on the show to talk about season 2 of the hit FX series Snowfall, airing Thursday nights at 10, 9 p.m. Central. Set in 1983 as the United States is on the verge of the crack cocaine epidemic, Snowfall weaves together the stories of several characters whose lives will soon collide because of drugs. Now, Damson plays Franklin Saint, an ambitious 19-year-old drug dealer in Los Angeles. In real life, Damson Idris was born in Peckham, southeast London, England, and he's of Nigerian descent. And when asked how he was able to hide his British accent to learn a South Central one,
Dub C, my dialect coach, John Singleton, and a lot of Snoop Dogg and Ice Cube and Kendrick Lamar music.
I've been growing a business. I want to be careful about who know the recipe.
So for people coming across the series for the first time, or people about to catch up on demand on the second season, what's the difference between season 1 and season 2 of Snowfall?
Well, in season 1 we meet Franklin when he's a young boyish kid who's really naive, who loves wrestling and karate and hanging out with his friends. And then in season 2, he's starting to get really successful after selling of crack cocaine. For that reason, there's a lot of outer conflict, but also inner conflict within his organization. We're going to see Franklin really boss up this season.
There ain't enough smokers in LA for all this shit. All y'all gotta do is cook it up and break it down. I'll figure out how to move it.
So what have you learned playing the Franklin Saint character and about the crack cocaine epidemic that swept the United States in the 80s?
I've learned to empathize with the people who did the things Franklin did, because a lot of them didn't get into it to be necessarily gangsters. They got into it to help their families, to get their mums out of the situation.
No games, no tricks, no bull. You be straight up with me, I'll be straight up with you.
Well, then I'm going to make you a very rich man.
In closing, a lot of us here in the United States have this impression of London, England being this proper and prim place with no poverty. Now, as you've learned playing this character, Snowfall is about the crack cocaine epidemic that hit the United States. Did anything like crack cocaine hit or affect the area where you're from in London, England?
Yeah, crack cocaine came to my neighborhood in 2002, and a lot of my friends were involved in it, and they're where they are now today because of it. So I was instantly able to relate to the character, more importantly relate to this drug, which destroys people with no remorse from anywhere.
You got one job in this life, and that's to protect the people you love.
Snowfall, Thursday on FX.
Catch up and binge watch on the FX Now app. Hey man, I'm reading some of y'all hilarious responses on Twitter at VTRS Online. Hey, you know, if you missed it, we talked about Floyd Money Mayweather and Pacquiao fighting again in December. And somebody pointed out that 50 Cent made a comment about it on Instagram. So I went to go check out the Instagram. Man, listen, Floyd Mayweather taking club bookings. Man, Floyd broke, y'all. I'm sorry. He fighting again against Pacquiao, and he had the taking club bookings. Floyd is broke, man. You can't convince me otherwise, man. I'm just gonna leave that where it's at. Cause, you know, I'm just saying, just like, how many times he gonna say he retired and he come back for another payday? I think Floyd's struggling. 50 Cent might be right about this one. But in all seriousness, man, as we get up out of here, thoughts and prayers to everyone affected by Hurricane Florence. Man, that's a scary thing. And I feel for people that lost their lives, their homes, their livelihoods, etc. Special thanks to Damson Idris, star of FX's Snowfall. He plays Franklin Saint, the lead character on this show. Shout out to him for coming on the program. The show airs every Thursday night at 9 p.m. Central. You can binge watch previous episodes of season 2 if you haven't been following. I love this series. I hate that it's only 10 episodes, but you can binge watch season 2 right now. Get caught up. It's an awesome series. You're gonna love it. VTRSonline.com is the website. VTRS Online is the URL on all our social sites. And go ahead, follow your boy personally, at I Am Heartbreak, or visit my website, IamHeartbreak.com. For the crew, it is Vincent Heartbreak Tucker. We see y'all on the other side. R.I.P. to Mac Miller. Love y'all. Every episode of the award-winning Vincent Tucker Radio Show is produced by Aaron Channel. Executively produced by Aaron Channel, Arkena Dansberg, Cornelius Johnson, and Vincent Heartbreak Tucker. Launched in December 2007, the VTRS is a CWC Entertainment Group LLC production.